This is Lady B, and this week I wanted to share with you 1 week's worth of my favorite casual hairstyles for long hair. Basically one for every day of the week. And so the very first one I want to share with you is my Monday hairstyle, which is, it's my wash day. If I'm wash my hair, it's usually on a Monday. And I've done that this morning. You can see it's still wet. And I let it dry naturally. I don't like to use a blow dryer if I can at all help it. And so it takes all day to dry. But sometimes I have to go run an errand. And when I do, I don't want to go out with it looking like this. So I throw it up in a messy bun. Now, you've seen me in this hairstyle before, but it's a little different. The key to the messy bun, as opposed to what I usually wear, is that you don't use combs, you use your fingers. So I have my hair down, and I'm going to use my fingers to gradually pull it up to a high point on my crown. Like that. And so now I have this huge mess in my hands, and that's what we want. And using my fingers lets you get this more, the more wet my hair is, the more texture I get when I do this. I just make sure I haven't missed anything. Now, it's just a cinnamon bun. If you've never done one, it's done by pinching your hair at the spot where you want it to start to twist, and then you just twist your hair. Now, because I'm doing a messy bun, I'm going to do this very loosely. And then I'm going to wrap that around. And I'm not trying to make it look pretty, but I still tuck my ends under because it protects them. And then I'm going to play with it. Just kind of tuck things, fold things, let it unravel just a little bit. Get this nice big floofy thing on my head. And then to put it in place, you can either use ballet pins or spin pins. And I've talked about spin pins before. These are mini spin pins made by Goody. They are about 1 inch shorter than the standard ones. And when you use them, you use 3 instead of 2 like you do with the full length ones. And you put in one right in the back and then on either side in the front, kind of like a Y. And you put them in by just, let me do it where you can see. You spin it down into, so it catches some of the hair of your bun, and then all the way down to your scalp, then turn it, and then screw it in to the inside of the bun. Now, I will often actually use this technique with the longer spin pins because I just have so much hair. But for most people, these smaller ones are more than adequate. And the 3-point attachment holds a lot better than just 2. And they hold way better than any other pins. And if you have the ballet pins, it's just an angle in, all the way to your scalp, catching the hair the same way, then pulled this way and then slid in. It's the same thing. The only difference is these are spun instead of torqued, whatever you call it. Anyway, so then just to make it a little more messy, I'm going to come in with my fingers and just kind of scrunch it up, get a little more volume. And there we go. And then if I want to, I can pinch and pull a little bit around my face, pull it out so it's not, I mean, not that it's not tight in the first place, but there's your messy bun on the top. And so this is what I go out with when it's my wash day and I need to go run an errand. I'll put my hair up like this. And there we go. So I'll see you tomorrow for the next one. Welcome back. Now, this is not actually Tuesday. I had planned on doing all of this over 1 week and recording each day. But fact is, I got sick for 5 days. So I'm actually doing this all in one day. It's still the same day, but we're going to pretend it's Tuesday. And my style for Tuesday is actually one I used all the time when I was in high school. And that is a single side comb. So it's very similar to the side sweep, except you actually have something holding it that's visible. So you are going to take your comb or pick or whatever, and you want a very deep part. Because the whole idea is to have this mysterious look over one side. And then you take what's left on this side, and I always used to do it with a comb. This is a hair comb meant for putting your hair up, and it's put in by combing it through your hair to the point where you want it, pushing, and then pushing it in. Well, you hold that hair taut while you push it in so it goes into the hair. And it works on the same concept as a bobby pin, where it's all about the torque tension. And then if you want it a little more secure, so this is what it looks like just with the clear plastic one. So I've got this nice mysterious look on this side with this deep part. And this out of my way, and I can put some dangly earrings in if I want. If I want a little more support on the comb, and depending on your hair type, you might need it, I have these clip-in flowers. And it's just an alligator clip. And I'll put it right behind my comb, clip it in place, and that just adds a little extra support, throws a flower up. It's also a nice one for dancing, but if you're going to go out dancing with it, you need a little more support than what this gives. This is just your daily go about your business kind of look. You can of course also do it with a barrette, but if you do use a barrette, if you do use a barrette, you want to use one that's similar to this, where really all it is a glorified bobby pin, where it just slides on. And again, it holds by tensile strength. I have a couple of different kinds here. There's this one too. And a few years ago, it was really fashionable to take two barrettes and cross them. And you can do that too. I've done that too. But I love the look of the comb better. Okay, so the type of barrette not to use, however, is one like this. Now, this is a very pretty barrette. It was given to me as a gift. And if I can ever get this gorgeous, I don't know, filigree or whatever it's called off of it, I'm going to move it to a comb and I will use it, probably on a metal comb. But I've never used it because it is your regular snap barrette. And if you're trying to grow your hair long, do not use these. They will cut your hair. The motion of your hair against the edges of these, and there's a lot of motion with these because they're made to have this give. It's how they hold it in place. And it actually wears through your hair shaft and cuts your hair, and you'll end up losing density in your hair if you use this kind of barrette. So, like I said, if I ever manage to get this off, it's going on a comb and I'm using it. It's just beautiful. I just love it, and I'm very grateful to the person who gave it to me, and I will wear it someday. But in the meantime, I have an example of one right here. This is a little more fancy, but on a metal comb, which is what I would put it on. And the thing about these is they're a little heavier. And so you have to use the same trick when you use these that you use when you go dancing with these. So I'm going to show that to you really fast. What you do is you get your hands on a couple, 2, 3 of these little teeny hair bands, the kind that won't snag or break your hair. And you go to the side your hair where that pushback will be. And I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to take a little bit of my hair. And this will get covered up. It won't be able to, they won't be able to see what you've done. But I take my little band and I put it around my hair. So now I have these 2 bands in my hair, right? Now I'm going to still do the same thing. I'm going to take my comb, I'm going to pull it through my hair. When I get to these bands, I make sure that one of my tines goes through the band. And then again, you hold it tight on this side and you push it in. Once you've got them in, it won't budge. And so now I've got my over the shoulder look held away from my face with my nice deep. And I used to wear this style on days when I was feeling terribly dramatic. I'm afraid I could be a little dramatic back then. Oh, maybe I still can. So, and that is day 2. So now we're on Wednesday. And this is a style that I found on YouTube from an Alex, I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name, but I will put a link to her channel in the description so you can check her videos out if you want. She has some really great stuff, but this is one of the 2 I have borrowed from her because I really, really, really like them. So for this one, you are going to need a hair fork. Now I have a couple of different hair forks here. Most of my hair forks are wood. I only have the one metal one. And these are my really long ones for my styles that require it. And really large buns and things. But this is not the size I need. And this one's really long. But I love it. When I need it, they're wonderful. But for this, I want a shorter one. So my shortest ones are this one and this one. And I'm going to try and use this one because I think it will show up better on the camera. Oh, does it show up better against my hair? No, I take that back. This will show up better on camera. I'll use this one. Okay, so they have really pretty hair forks you can now buy that are actually curved to match your head, where these aren't. I bought these back when there wasn't a lot of us with long hair. It was really hard to find stuff for long hair. So they're just a straight fork, but it will still work. So I have to turn around so you can see this. So I want to take hair from either side of my head here. Not all of it, just half of it. And I'm going to leave a little bit around my face because I like to do that. Something Alex and I have in common. I mean, what's the point of cutting bangs if you don't use them occasionally? And I'm going to take it And just half of my hair. Leave the rest down. Ooh. Okay. And then, just like making my cinnamon bun, messy bun, I'm going to pinch my hair and twist it. So I've twisted it 2 or 3 times now. Well, more than that, and I'm going to bring it around in a loop. But I just bring it around just to here. And it's very important that this not be too tight. Okay? Because, and then keep that a nice big loop, making sure that my decorative part is facing toward my scalp. I'm going to put it through the first part where it very first starts to twist, over the hair that I have put around where it's hanging down, and then back through to the other side to hold it in place. That's it. It's a half up style with a little mini bun, using a hair fork to hold it in place. So that's what it looks like from behind. And then this is what it looks like from the front. I have my hair around, half up, down and back. And there we go. That is day 3. And this will hold in place surprisingly well. It will also evidently catch on my lace. There we go. And it's very secure. So, like I said, I'll put a link in the description to Alex's page, and you can see all the beautiful styles she does, because she does a lot. And I just love her stuff. But this one I have borrowed because I love it even more. All right, day 4. And I don't know about you, but on those days when I want to show off my hair and the length of it, but I don't want it down and in my way, I love a ponytail. But I hate hair bands. So I have a couple of ways I use to put my hair up in a ponytail that does not require a hairband. This is one of them. So once again, I'm going to leave a little bit of hair around my face. And I'm going to turn around and show you from behind the rest of it. Now, instead of a hairband, I'm using either a hair fork or a hair comb, one of these longer combs that's meant to hold your hair in place. And I think I'm going to try it with this. I don't know how well it will show, but we'll give it a try. So I gather my hair up to my ponytail, and you can do this at any height. I like it high. About the same place that I would start a bun if I was going to do a bun. Right? Now I'm going to grip this tightly with my right hand, holding it in place. And I'm going to dig in here. I'm going to pull out a small lock of hair. Now, I'm going to hold it with my right hand, and I'm going to take that lock, and I'm going to bring it across the front to the back, and I'm going to wrap it around my hair. But, all right, so I have my piece here. All right. Now I got to turn back around to the camera. So I've wrapped that around, and now I'm going to take my fancy pick I'm going to catch some of my hair that's wrapped around. I'm going to go over, and that's what's going to lock it into place. Oh, I got it backwards. I want it facing outward. There we go, facing outward. And that is going to lock in that piece. And now it's in a ponytail. You can see how that looks from the front, where I've got that little bit sticking up. This is not holding as well as the other one. In fact, I'm going to put it in. I know it doesn't show as well, but I got to do it with the other one. This one just isn't as strong. So catch it through, bring it over, tuck it down. There we go. That is secure. And you can see I've got this pretty little thing on top, and from the back I have a ponytail. So ponytail with a hair comb or fork. You could use one of those really large French pins with it too. And it is surprisingly secure. All right, day 5 or Friday night. And this is my second style I do for my ponytail. This is actually the way I do it most of the time when I want to put my hair up in a ponytail. And for this one, I need a medium-sized hair clip and a French pin. Now this is a special kind of French pin. Let me show you. That has this extra reinforcement on the inside. If you buy metal ones, you don't need this, but if you have the plastic ones, you make sure you get the reinforced ones because they will break. Ballet pins. Earlier on the second hairstyle, I mentioned ballet pins. If you don't know what those are, this is a ballet pin. And when you use it, you squeeze together, you come in, push, slide, and it spreads as you slide it in, and it holds your buns in. But we're doing my ponytail. Now this is actually a variation off of a French twist. If you've ever done that before, this will not be new to you. If you haven't, well, if I ever do a thing on buns, I'll do a French twist and I'll show you how to do it then. But this is a variation off of that. So I have to turn around so you can see. So again, I'm going to get all my hair except some around my face because that's how I like it. Now I'm going to pull my hair to the middle of my head here in a ponytail. Okay, once you have it all gathered, you're going to grip it firmly. Let me fix my part area. You're going to grip it firmly with the right hand coming from underneath, and you're going to start to twist, just like almost any other bun. And I'm going to twist it, and then I'm going to pull up. And I want the hair to start coming up over where it's been twisted. Then I'm going to take my French pin and making sure that my curve is upward, because you can see there's a curve on that. I'm going to push that in through where it's twisted, there we go, through to the head, and then flip it over and slide it in. And that's going to provide some security. And then at the very top here, I'm going to take my clip and I'm just going to clip it over my hair to the top of my head. Then I flip my hair back over and spread it over the clip so you can't see it. Just like that. And this is how I usually do my ponytail. And the advantage of this one is I can shorten my hair, my ponytail. The other style is when I want to show off the full length of my hair. But with this one, if I'm running around town, as I often am on Friday nights, I want my hair sometimes higher and out of my way. So the lower down on my head I start that twist, the more hair I tie up in to this before I create the ponytail. I'll need, if I go lower, I need more of my French pins to hold it in place. With this height, I only need one. If I go lower, I might need 2 or 3. But it lets me control the length of my ponytail to whatever I want it to be today. And as much as I hate hair bands, on occasions when I want to show off the full length and I don't want to do the other style, I have been known to put it in a hairband rather than twisting it and then just clip the hairband in place to give the same look. I don't really like it with the hairband though. So this is how it is. Right there, front, side, and back. And this is probably my most common casual style that I use when I want my hair down, but not all the way down. I want my hair up. When I want my hair up, but hanging down. So, there it is. I call it the half French twist ponytail is what I call it. I have no idea if there's other names for it. My next one can be done with either a hair fork. This is one of those ones I want to use my longer hair forks for. Like this one or this one. Or I use a hair stick. And it's also a variation off of a French twist. But day 5, Saturday, I'm running around town. I just want something secure, gets my hair out of my way. So this is an option. I have these beautiful hair sticks. I just got to show them off for a second. My husband bought them for me for Christmas a little bit ago. They're just gorgeous. And this is a great opportunity to use it. So I'm going to. All right, turning around so you can see. I'm going to gather my hair to the middle, again, just like last time. And like last time, I'm going to start twisting. The difference is this time, instead of pulling it up like this, I'm going to pull it up and kind of let it loop. As you twist it, it wants to twist it on itself. So I want to twist it till it pulls to this side, let it pull, and then flip this top loop here over so that it creates a sort of a donut. I don't know what you'd call it. Okay. And now I take one of my hair sticks and I put it in through the hole against the head. I make sure to go under the hair and then out through the twist. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Now you can do this with a hair fork and just need the one. But since I'm using the hair sticks, I'm using two. So 2 hair sticks. I've got my hair coming down just a little bit. So like I said, you can also use a hair fork for this. So pulling these out. Now, if you secure it tight enough with the hair stick and come in from just straight from the top, down at the bottom, and then through, you can actually do this with just the one hair stick if your hair stick's long enough, like that. But it's not as secure. So if you're going to be running around as much as I do, either use 2 or use a hair fork. And with the hair fork, it's the same as the single hair stick. Come in through the loop, straight to the scalp, bring it down, make sure and come under the hair that's hanging, and then out through the part that's twisted. And then this extra bit at the top here holds it in place. So let's see if you can see that on the, like that. And you can see my day 7, last one. For me, this would be a Sunday, and on a Sunday, even when I'm going casual, I like to fancy it up a little bit. So this one I'm using my really pretty metal comb with. It's really easy to do though. I pull out my stuff in the front again because I want that, and then grabbing my hair from below my ears and coming up, I'm going to grab probably about 2/3 of it, but leave some down. Right? Once I have that separated out, I need to turn my head back so you can see better. Once I have that separated out, I'm going to twist again. Let's move my mirror so I can see better. And I want to twist that. Once I've got a nice twist there, I'm going to hold it with this hand and I'm going to push it up. So it's coming up on my head. And then I take my comb and I want it, again, so that the decorative part is facing my head. I'm going to bring this in so that this bottom part catches the very bottom of the hair that's in the twist. Bring the rest of it into the part that's twisted. Come over, bend it over, and then push it in. And I'm doing this very gently because it's actually quite tight and I don't want to break my hair. And that holds very, very, very tight. And there it is. Let's see if you can see that now. Like that. So, really simple. Only as formal as how nice the pin you put in, the comb you put in is. But easy, simple, and with a less fancy comb, decorative comb in it, very, very casual. You could use this any day of the week. Okay, so there we have it. 7 styles for 7 days of casual long hairstyles, leaving your hair down. Now, if you liked this, please don't just like and subscribe. They'll do that too. But let me know, because if you enjoyed this, I'm also coming up with a list of my 7 favorite buns I use. Because those of us with long hair, we do wear our hair up a lot. It helps protect it. And I have a lot of different variations of those that I will use also, especially when it's getting close to wash day. And if you're interested in seeing that, tell me. Otherwise, we'll call that good for now. I love you whether new or old, and I hope to see you all next week. Until then, whether playing with your hair or doing anything else, just remember, don't be afraid to suit yourself and make whatever you do exclusively you. Of course, I'm going to mess it up while I'm showing you. Where did my end go? Okay, so once you have it twisted around your, oh, there it is. Found it. Haha. On to the next one.